Honestly. Tell us what a vintage 350-pound Guru McDonald's order would have been. I was never 350 pounds, but I was probably about 310 with a meal in my stomach. Oh, you know what? I have this take about McDonald's. Don't go there, and dude. You got to have a ton of food if you're going to go to McDonald's. McChicken sandwich, Big Mac. Those are, and it's a Big Mac and a burger of your choice. There's a side burger to a McDonald's order, whether you like it or not, and this is true. A Big Mac and a burger on the side. What side burger are you going to have with your Big Mac? This is so true, and real ones know about this. A Big Mac and a side burger of your choice. This could be any variation. It's a smaller burger, but it's something to sort of... It's a different level of burger. Chips, of course. 20 McNuggets. No denying it. Variations of every dip. A McFlurry of your choice, you know. Real ones go for the Cadbury's ones. Bit of caramel in a McFlurry can never do you wrong. Some kind of milkshake. And a non-milkshakey drink. You can't be washing down burger and chips with sludgy milkshake. Milkshake and a full-fat Coca-Cola. 2 drinks. 2 burgers. 2 sides. Then, that's probably about it, to be fair. But you could do that. 80 nuggets. I never said 80 nuggets. And an 100% chicken. 100-piece chicken nuggets, yeah. Sprite. A Sprite could work. But you need something to wear. Sorry. You need something dribbling over here. But either way, guys, that's honestly what you need to do when you go to McDonald's. Don't go to McDonald's and worry about your calories. You're there. You've given up. Okay? Just go all in. There's no joy. The only joy there is in McDonald's is when you've given up hope. Don't ask me for a dono. It's random. All right. Thank you for the $2, Lil Lou. Crazy. What a wild card. The UFC negotiations with Netflix need to include a parlay with... Have you started reading the Bible like you promised? That's that common prayer, brother. You know about that, brother. I read it. Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. This is the prayers part. Where's the Psalms? Thou hast been my succour. Leave me not, neither forsake me. O God of my salvation, when my father and my mother forsake me, the Lord taketh me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in the right way because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over into the will of mine adversaries, for there are false witnesses risen up against me, and such as speak wrong. I should utterly have fainted, but that I believe verily to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. O tarry thou the Lord's leisure. Be strong, and he shall comfort thine heart, and put thou trust in the Lord. There you go, I read a little bit. Amen, brother. Back me up, Guru lad. Different dimension CT Volk meets current Volk. Different dimension CTE Volk meets current Volk. No. Hello, how's it going, man? Did you take the Tapura rematch or what? No, I waited for Lopez. A blessed Good Friday to Jerusalem. Thank you for the $2, dude. Ah! Thank you for the $10. Ah! I'm dead! How do we know you're not a clone? I'm not a clone. Thank you for the $2. Or I probably could AI myself to respond somehow to you guys, seeing as I'm just a floating head and shoulders. Someday AI is going to be good enough, or I'm going to be able to run a stream, and you guys will have no idea that I'm not actually there. This is the long-term plan. This is what we're pushing towards. Okay? All it needs to be is a floating head and shoulders that just reads and responds the way I would. I bet you anything I could pull that off in a few more years. Dum, 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 dum. I have to wear sunglasses to watch the screen, the glowing one. Thank you for the $5. Okay. Yo, Guru. You, me, kissing contest. Who's winning? You just forfeit, mate. Thank you for the...
People forget, man. People forget, man. Those calf cakes are a problem, man.
Thank you for the €2. There you go.
Oh, unbelievable.
Thank you for the €2. We can do DDP versus Hamzat. Bet for $500 gift card. That way, all we need is to send the gift card to an email, and we don't need to exchange any payment info. What do you think? I've got Hamzat. No, dude, stop trying to get involved. Go away. You're cringing me out now. I don't like when people try and be friends. Thank you for the $10. You're a fan. Remember that. Just give me money and shut up. No, you're trying to force the relationship to a different level. Leave me alone. I don't have friends in real life. I don't want new friends. Go away. No, but I don't know how to give you the fucking message here because I've tried to turn this down 4 times now and you keep going, dude. Thank you for the $10. You've been asking for this bet for 5 streams in a row. I'm not interested in doing the bet. Thanks for the $10, Ose for Capadia. Long time supporter of the channel. Stop! Why not do a Kurt Kaz collab in one of these dry weeks? It would be random and make... I'm all caught up on donos now. Good shit. Piggy developed diabetes at age 26. People forget, man. All right. Impression of John Anik laughing at a funeral. Ha! We now conduct the ceremony as life comes to an end, and we go forth and pray that she is treated well in... Thank you for the 2 months. Jake Paul did KO Nate Robinson. He did, to be fair. But he didn't train at all, Nate Robinson. He just didn't do anything. I'm talking about a year of full training. Dude, fucking Dwight Green or whatever his name is. Just the top, Matt Hughes, GSP, Woodley, Usman, BJ, Matt Serra, Hendricks, and Lawler, all better, and that's just the welterweight champs. Just if the top, Matt Hughes, GSP, Woodley, Usman, BJ, Matt Serra. No, Matt Serra's not better than Leon Edwards. No. Thank you for the 5. You're chucking in random other names. No. Leon's like number 6 or 7. In my opinion, the welterweight GOAT list goes GSP... Oh, fuck. Who's second? GSP, Usman. I think Bilal's right there already, but Matt Hughes will say Woodley Bilal area is like 4, 5, 3. And then there's a secondary area. I don't know if Bilal's up that high already, though. Bilal's probably towards the end. If he beats JDM, I'll put him above those. But yeah. And then Lawler's just outside the top 5. Leon's just outside the top 6, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Lawler above Leon. But Leon beat Usman twice. I don't know. Robbie, Leon, fight like 6, 7. Look at Blau's resume. I know, there's good names. Carlos Condit. No, he's not in the mix top 5 all time, you fucking idiot. I know he got robbed against Lawler, and we'd be in a different world if he was given those wins, but we're not putting Reyes top light heavyweights of all time, are we? How the fuck do you put Matt above Bilal? I know Matt Serra is not above those guys. Fucking hell. Who wins Paddy versus Colby at welterweight? And maybe a Holiday. I don't know yet. I haven't booked it yet anyway. If you're not aware of Saturn worship and its connection to the cubes they wear on their foreheads, you need to look into it. All right. Thank you for the $5, dude. Appreciate the 5, brother. MMA Guru versus Kamaru on open basketball court. I would actually win that. His knees are cooked. Not even joking. I'd cross the fuck out of Usman, dude. I really would. I'd have him on skates, dude. Usman's knees? Come on, dude. No chance. No, not a fucking chance in hell, dude. Absolutely would cross the fuck out of Usman. The basketball person wins? Exactly. I'm European, dude. So I would win. You been paying attention to the league? Can you dunk? Yes. I've never tried. But I used to be able to touch the rim when I was at school. So I probably could, to be fair. Let me get in shape, though. Thank you for the 5. Impression of CT Volk. Fighting off a burglar, entering his home, but forgets how to fight and gets knocked out. Honey, they're coming in. I'm going to have to stand behind me, kids. I got it. Now, hang on a minute, mate. You just watch yourself, because if you... Thank you for the 5. Impression of Brian Battle swallowing a cigarette. But seriously, though, dude, there is going to be something to it. Saaiman getting smashed next week. I tell you this, he ignored me, and I waited for an interview with him, and he no-showed. It's all good, though. It's all good. He gave me a time. I was there at the time. I said, hey, I'm just going to wait around, but, I can't wait forever, but, I'm here. I'm waiting, and I continued to wait. And Cameron Saaiman didn't even shoot me a message. It's almost like he's got the fight of his life coming up. It's pathetic that he didn't think of me first, honestly. Tell us what a vintage 350... Just on no liquid at all, I'll die. Thoughts on what round Saaiman's getting slept next week? I'm still a Cameron Saaiman fan. I'm sure there's good reason for why he completely ignored me and left me stranded, ruining my sleep schedule to try and get an interview with him, and never notified me as to why he didn't do it. I'm sure there's good reason for it. Thank you for the 17 months of membership. Also, Guru was secretly supporting Gene Silver when he said he was fighting for... No, I wasn't. Thank you for the 17 months of membership. Every promotion besides the UFC, and sometime... Will you ever forgive Saaiman? I don't know if my heart can forgive. This may call for a Wellmaker video. Maybe something's going on though. I don't know. You know what I might justify a Wellmaker prediction with? He didn't respond to me and didn't do an interview, so he must have been hit in a car crash. He must have been in some kind of car crash. We still haven't heard from him. So I'm actually going to pick Wellmaker because of that reason. I missed the pub stream. What happened with Saaiman? Oh, he just didn't reply to me. And we agreed on a time that we would do an interview. And I was waiting there. And, it just didn't show up. If Mighty Mouse wants your podcast to be sponsored by OnlyFans, and it's a fat check, would you do it? I don't know. I mean, it's up to him, really. I'm just going to be there as like a weekly recurring thing. Anti-South Africa era begins now. Kill the boa, dude. No, I'm joking. Did Saaiman ever try and kiss you? No, that's not a thing. Simon's career on the line. I know, he's got more important things to worry about. I'll pick him to win. Fuck it. Bum bum. Yeah, 316, we got a few. I might just go JDM over Bilal. I'm doing it! I'm going with JDM over Bilal, dude. You've got that fat look in your eyes again. All right. That's what you get for even considering cancelling on the GOAT DJ. You mad fool of a team, you little soy boy fool. 500 IQ. I told you guys the real reason I was having doubts about collaborating with Demetrius Johnson, so that I couldn't come up with a bullshit excuse and not do the collaboration. Of course I'm doing the collaboration with DJ. Come on. You guys don't see that? Thank you for the 5. MMA is the only sport where you can deny a match. An NBA team can't be like, I'm not playing the Lakers. They're really good and I'm one win from the playoffs. But they can substitute their top players to save them for the playoffs. But I know what you mean. The UFC needs to start handling handing fighters their next fight like a schedule. They do. Thank you for the $20. You know what, yeah? It actually is true. I tweeted this. We tried giving UFC fighters some rights and freedom. It hasn't worked. Yes or no, chat? They had their chance. They had their chance. They had their chance. It's so true. They had their chance. The UFC was like, okay, you know, we'll give fighters a little bit of freedom. We'll loosen the leash a little bit. We'll see how they act. And since then, they've been nothing but absolutely disrespectful to the promotion and the fan base. They're done. Back under lock and key. Back under the whip. No more rights for UFC fighters, dude. They had their chance and they proved that the sport would be destroyed if they had them. They had their chance. Thank you very much for the $5. $10. Islam and Hamzat started their camps. You think we're getting fight announcements soon? I hope so. Yeah, I think we'll get it for June. I hope. Also, we'd love a Kevin Holland or an O'Malley interview for the 316 card build-up. Just saying, Piggy. Oink. Thank you for the 10. I've already read that again. Propping up John. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Thank you for the $2. I'm not saying that you guys are misconstruing my argument. LeBron could beat the worst of the unranked heavyweights with a year of training in his prime. Not now, in his prime. That was my point. I know it's going to get misconstrued, but that was my point. That you guys start arguing, John Jones is a different mentality. I'm not arguing that you would beat John Jones at all. Some of these fat unranked heavyweights would get dusted by an NBA player with a year of training. When mum's 5'7" plus kids end up very tall. Thank you for the $2 Canadian.